Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is David Nates, and today's topic is how to get an agent. If you're in the whole acting business, you're probably going to be seeking representation at some point or another. It would be an actor's dream to just be walking down the aisle or in a grocery store or in the street and an agent just simply approaches them saying, "You have the most bankable look I have ever seen and I'd love to represent you." Unfortunately, we live in a much harsher world where actually getting someone to represent you, if you are known, is pretty hard. And even though you might actually eventually find someone that will accept you in their agency, are they actually going to do their best in order to get you into the right audition room? From having been in the business for so many years and having literally tried every single way of getting an agent or manager to represent me, I have come up with a couple of things that I look for before even submitting for an agent. These strategies have worked for me whenever I was trying to get representation or new representation if my current agent or manager just wasn't cutting it. Number 1, franchised or not franchised. Before even submitting to any agency, make sure to know if that agent is actually franchised or not. Now you may be wondering, what is a franchised agent? Well, it's a talent agency that is licensed by the state in which they operate in and has been officially approved by at least one of the 3 performance unions, SAG, AFTRA, AEA. Since I'm into the whole cinema industry, I personally mostly look for SAG, AFTRA franchised agents. But if you're just starting, it's okay to get a non-franchised agent. It's just part of the game. You have to start somewhere, right? But my reasoning for getting franchised agencies is that, well, most sitcoms and series and movies that are on TV are part of SAG and AFTRA. An agent that is franchised has a better chance of having connections with bigger casting directors. It's not a 100% rule, but more so than not, I have found this rule to be true. Number 2, know the difference between a good agent and a bad agent. Honestly, finding a good agent, if you're unknown, is like finding a diamond in the rough. It's so incredibly hard that if you do find one, well, you better do anything in your power to hold on to them. A good agent is the kind of person that doesn't just see you as a name on a client list. They will actually answer your calls and want to speak to you because they understand that you are a team and need to work together in order to make your partnership successful. They will fight for you and do everything in their power to get you into the best auditions. A bad agent is the one that just sees you as the type that can only be submitted as one kind of role. They usually don't understand you and will not use all the abilities and versatility that you have to offer to them. You're just a name on a long list of other actors, and they most probably will have very little communication with you. They might be able to get you into auditions, but you'll just get the email or text form message saying you have an audition and will not actually speak to anyone. Unfortunately, a lot of smaller agencies, well, they are like that. They get a ton of actors to represent, but don't try to get very personal with you. They are not in it together with you. They just believe that having more actors will provide them more chances of making money off of you and off of their clients. Number 3, find a submission strategy. There are numerous ways you can start submitting to agencies. It can be either done by regular mail, email, or actually going to the agency itself. You can quickly find a list of SAG franchise agencies by going on the SAG website. They even have them listed by state. I'll include a link in the description of this video. From that list, I found that the best way to contact the correct agent is to get imdbpro and type in the agency name. There you will find the actual email of each agency. If you don't want to pay for imdbpro, you can easily get a free 30-day trial. And if you don't want to do that, you can most probably just find the official agency website by doing a quick search on Google. Do research agencies because some agencies will not accept submissions from people without TV or movie credits. Each submission strategy has positive and negatives to them. Let me break them down to you. Email submission. It's one of the simplest and easiest ways to submit. You can easily write a nice cover letter that can be used for all submissions. Just be sure to modify the header so that you can personalize it for each agent. Then simply add links to your IMDb and acting reels. I usually try not to add attachments because there are policies in some agencies where they are not allowed to open files that are attached. The downside of email, well, it's that it's impersonal and often will be looked over by the agent. Mail submission. This is the most traditional and old school way of submitting. You simply include a headshot, resume, and a demo and hope that the agency is wowed by what they see. Well, The truth about the strategy is that agencies get so many submissions that there's a good chance that they will just toss your submission before even opening your envelope. Also, well, it's costly. You have to print your headshot, print the resume, and also include a USB stick with your demo reels. A few years ago, it was okay to simply include a DVD, but nowadays most people won't have a DVD player anymore, so it's pretty much a must that you need to include a USB stick. If you calculate the cost of all of these things, you'll be spending over $4 per submission, which is kind of ridiculous if you're submitting to a ton of agencies. In-person submission. Well, this is also costly because you have to physically go to each agency and submit your headshot resume in person. It's time demanding too because, well, going to each agency will take you time, so mass submitting is pretty much impossible. A good thing about this strategy, though, is that you can really pinpoint the agencies that you would like to represent you. Also, the fact that you go there in person adds a little personal touch. You actually hand deliver the headshot to a secretary, which will then most likely actually get it to that agent. If you're super lucky, you might even get to speak to the agent on the spot. I've actually had pretty good success submitting this way. An in-person meeting is the best because, well, you can put your best foot forward and really show your personality. Number 4, showcases. There are numerous actor showcases that are happening all the time. Some of them require you to do a monologue, and others, well, they let you perform a scene with another actor in front of people. You will most likely need to pay to showcase yourself, but it's okay because, well, you're investing in your own business. Showcases are a great way to find an agent because, well, these events, well, they will invite agents or managers, and you will be able to perform in front of them. This often can lead to an agent or manager wanting to set up a meeting with you. Also, if you have your eye on a certain agent, you can always use physical mail, email, or in-person strategy to simply invite them to your showcase. If you're lucky, they might actually come to see you perform. Number 5, acting classes, stand-up, improv classes. It's kind of like a pattern with all of these submission techniques, but meeting someone face-to-face, what's so much better than a letter or an email? By joining an acting class, you give yourself an opportunity to start performing in front of a live audience. The more people can see you perform, the more chances you have of getting someone interested in representing you. It does cost money to be in a class, but getting yourself surrounded by people in the industry is really the key factor in being able to make it in the business or not. I know that getting an agent or manager seems like a difficult task. It actually really is, especially getting a good one when you are unknown. But I'm sure that if you follow each of these steps, you will be able to find someone that represents you. Just be positive and don't feel discouraged if you don't find someone right away. After all, Rome wasn't built in one day. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment. I really look forward to interacting with you through whatever comment you leave on this video. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.